Quitting clonazapam. At the moment, I am quitting clonazapam. I'm going from zero point 0.5 to nothing. I used to be taking 1.5. I'm already down to 0.5 and now I'm on the home stretch, as it were. Now, that clonazepam is known in the United States as that, Klonopin, and there's the name for you to read. In the United Kingdom and the rest of the world, as far as I can tell, it's known as Rivotril, but it is all clonazepam. Now, the thing is, in the United States, it is prescribed for two things: anxiety and seizure disorders. In, I think, the rest of the world, it is only prescribed for seizure disorders. It is never prescribed for anxiety. Now, the symptoms are these, and I'll go through these as quick as I can. Just those which I have experienced: unsteadiness for sure. My wife and I used to joke about it, that if there was a hole in the pavement when walking along, that I would put my foot in it and fall over. Just a little hole. I'd find it, or the road, or catch my foot on the pavement. I used to do things like that. But the joke was holes in the road. So, and it's easy for a lot of people, I think, to say that is the me too, and I don't take any pills. But no, this just trust me. Okay, it's a symptom. Live with it. If you're watching this and you just want to sit and say, yeah, I've got that, then go now, unsubscribe, and I don't want to see you again. Anyway, right. Loss of orientation, hard to say. Some of these, if you have seizures, that some of these things, that you get them anyway. So it's difficult to say why you've got them, that it might be the pill and it might not. The other one, I had problems with thinking and memory. But for me, that was things like puzzles, that sort of type of thing. I just couldn't do, not at all. Memory, I could say something now, and 5 minutes from now, I think I haven't said it. So that's really weird. Slurred speech. Well, it seems I did have that, and I didn't know. So it wasn't that bad, It's only been noticed by other people. Now that I'm stopping this Rivotril, they're noticing a change in my speech. I suppose I'm clearer. I don't know if my accent's changed at all, but yeah, slurred speech. So that's it with the symptoms, I think. Now, the dose I have been on is what is described here as being the usual adult dose. And this is 1.5 milligrams. Now, this is as prescribed. I think it looks like it's in the United States. It's a little bit hard to get it right, but I'm pretty sure it is, because it is referred to here as... No, it says clonazapam. Yeah. Anyway, just is. So I was taking 1.5 milligrams a day. I was taking 0.5 in the morning when I got up. And late at night, I was taking 1.0, which tended to be when I went to bed. And that's... Oh, yeah, look, panic disorder. It's obviously United States, this thing. Right, so that was my dosage, and I think I said I'm now on 0.5 in the evening before I go to bed, and that's all. I'm just dropping that last little bit. The symptoms, I'll tell you how to come off it in a minute, but I think I'll do it now, slowly. That's all I can tell you, and I don't mean one pill a week. I'm talking about, I would say, if you're taking 1.5, you probably want to take about a year. Now, the amount you take and the number of years you've been taking it for matters, okay? Makes a difference to how long you should take to stop. So speak to your doctor and discuss it with him. But my guess will be a year, because I'm taking a year and a half. So I would say, from my experience, don't do it in less than a year. So right now then I'm going from 0.5 to 0. On Wednesday or Thursday of last week, I went from 0.5 to 0.35. Now, if you take these 0.5 tablets, you might know that is 1/4 of a tablet less. All right, so 0.5 down to 0.35, and it hurts. I'm having a problem, and I feel like giving up. I won't, but I will, it's just how I feel. I will keep going. Now, the withdrawal symptoms are listed here. I'll tell you something about what has been happening to me. And there's one that's not listed here, unless I just don't recognise it. But, oh, by the way, Keppra, that's what I'm taking now as a replacement for clonazapam. I also take Lamictal. Now, so what have I had? Headache, absolutely. And I'm going to come back to that because it's happening now, and I want you to know about how I feel right now, I suppose. Oh, I was going to say about what's not on the list. A feeling that's a lot like going out in the sun, getting sunburnt. So you're a little bit sore, and then you get dressed in clothes that are not loose and soft and nice like that, but it's cold, so I'm wearing jeans and so on. And you put that on, and then you're walking around like that all day, and it doesn't exactly, it would be wrong to say it hurts, but when it's all day, it gets a bit too much. It's just annoying. I mean, I live with it, It's not the end of the world, but everybody's different, and that might be on there somewhere. I don't know. I mean, drug cravings. I don't know maybe it's under something. So I've also had. I don't know about tremors. I might have had. I don't think so. I used to get that anyway, so it's a little bit tricky. Not that sweating. I have had. What happened to me there? I'd be in a cold room. I had it when I was streaming last night. I was in a cold room, and I felt very hot and started to sweat, but the room was cold, and that went on for about 20 minutes, and then it stopped, and it's only happened to me once. So, but I suppose that's what it was. Muscle spasms and cramps could be connected to my headache right now. I'm not sure. Now I'm going to pause here. Look at this, seizures. Okay. If you're, I don't know, epileptic or something, you're going to know that seizures are not simple things. They can be hell and dangerous. So imagine this. You drop off from 0.5 to nothing, and then you start to have seizures. You won't be happy. I'll just say that, and you know how dangerous they can be. Now, these seizures were nothing to do with epilepsy. These things are caused by you not taking that pill. It's the drug that's causing the seizure, or the absence of it. So don't, go slower, and it might not happen. Nightmares, stroke hallucinations, might be vivid dreams. It's a little bit difficult to say. You see, I didn't have a nightmare, but it wasn't a nice dream. I don't know how else to say it. The thing is, if I call it a vivid dream, I've had vivid dreams before, and I'm sure a lot of you, quotes, normal people, have had vivid dreams before as well. All I can say is you've never had the vivid dream like this one. It is so much, it really, you're there. I mean, if you've been high on something or whatever, and I don't know, you've had a bad dose of LSD or whatever, I don't know anything about these things really, but those things, yeah, I know you can have really bad hallucinations, nightmares, that sort of thing, and it's really bad. So yeah, be careful. All right, I've had no trouble feeling pleasure. I don't think so. I haven't been irritable. I haven't been out of it. Thing is, feeling out of it is a symptom of epilepsy. So it might be difficult for you to know. So I would say, read this very carefully. The way the symptoms work, because the medication has a half-life of 15 to 20 hours. So you're going to have to wait for a couple of days for it to really kick in. It's like it's Monday now, and I stopped Wednesday or Thursday, and I've had symptoms, but they've been bearable until now. And the symptoms continue to get worse for 2 weeks. And then at 2 weeks, they will start to get less. they taper off to nothing. Well, it could be months before they completely disappear, but the worst of it. Yeah, so I can look forward to this getting worse for a couple of weeks. Which is why you must go so slowly, because these symptoms, they're not jokes, and they are really painful and very scary and to experience. And if you can avoid feeling them completely, or if you can avoid them more or less a bit, whatever, then great. Why not? If you're taking these because of a seizure, like I said, you probably took them for a few years. So what's another year gonna take? So yeah, take a year minimum for 1.5 to 0. Is what I would say. This is based on my experience, not because I'm a doctor. Now, I want to tell you about headache. I want to try and tell you what these things feel like. And the headache is the easiest thing that I've experienced to explain and say it feels like this. It hurts. And it's a stabbing pain for me. Now, everybody has experienced headaches and stabbing pains and bad headaches and stuff like that. But if you've just had a bad headache, sod off, unsubscribe, go to watch somebody else, because I don't want to read about your comments. If you're abusive, I'll just delete your comment and stuff like that. So don't bother. Go. Because this headache, the best way I thought of describing it, if you think of a Bic pen and then you take the lid off and the pointy end, yeah, somebody else does it and they stab you in the head with it. It's sharp, short, but it hurts like hell, and it's almost that bad. It's really, really bad. I cannot tell you, and it's never moved. It's always in the same bloody place. So I've had this. This is I don't know if it's my second or third day. It's starting to blur a bit. I think it's the second day. Now, yesterday I was getting this stab every few minutes. Then I might have a gap of nothing for a couple of hours, and then I'd start it again for about 15 minutes of every few minutes. I can't. I'm hiding it now, and I don't know how I'm coping with managing to do with that. Okay, anyway, I woke up this morning, and it was every 10 seconds, and I cannot tell you. Okay, I cried. It was that bad. I walked from the bed to the sitting room, and it took ages. Not ages, but it took a while. Because you can imagine somebody does that, and you kind of hunch over, put your arms together, tense up, shit, and then that takes a couple of seconds. So you stand up, move again, and that happens again, and then again, and again, and it just doesn't stop. I sat down to watch TV, and within about a minute, I thought, I can't cope. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? So what I did is I took a quarter, the thing I've stopped, of Rivotril, and I took so a strong dose of ibuprofen, and I figured one or the other is going to fix it, and I don't care which one it is. I've got to get rid of it. I did think I'm not going to give up, and I'm not, because this is a serious thing. And I have to stop, and I want to stop, but the pain, I cannot tell you. If a headache has ever caused you to cry, then maybe you have experienced it. All right, that is the only side effect I'm having at the moment, and I am going to go to bed as quickly as I can. I've taken. It started to come back, and I've taken more ibuprofen, which is about. I took it at about 8 this morning, and it's 2:30 now, so it's quite a good gap between the two times there. But so if you're stopping, take your time, see your doctor. If you need a second opinion, get a second opinion. Troll the internet. But take care. I have seen some things which were absolute rubbish. Okay, so try to look for the country you are in for a start, because countries give different. United States gives different advice. They say come off it a lot quicker, but United States people that I've found is they seem to be taking it for depression or whatever it was, stress, anxiety, wasn't it? For anxiety, and they seem to be taking it on demand, not for not prescribed every day this amount. It's like somebody said, oh, like if I'm going to give a speech, I'd take a pill, and that I don't know how you can do that, but yeah, that's how they use it. So you need to, how to give up if you're doing it like that, and how to give up if you're taking 1.5 every day, it's a different situation, isn't it? So I think that's all. I do hope I've got it right. I've spent nearly 3 hours recording this. But between the head pains and other things, and I've actually managed to record this one without pausing, but my head, I got to stop. So I will. Okay, that's all. Goodbye.